Viene bajando, viene bajando, viene bajando, Yana Isapie, viene bajando.
Hey brujas and brujos. So I'm actually excited for this video because I've been taking some time to prepare it. I've been thinking about what I want to talk about for some time now. So now that I have myself organized, finals is almost over. I'm gonna be uploading, this video as well as another one previously. That's on the topic of my opinion on black magic. So for this video, I wanted to talk about, how you should live your life as a servidor de misterio, in my opinion. Now, what I do recommend is for all of you that if you feel like something else works for you, definitely leave your comments below regarding how you live your life as a servidor. Pero what I do or what I'm gonna recommend, it makes you pretty powerful in the sense of it definitely brings more devotion to your practice and it brings you closer to your loa. And I'm gonna be explaining as to why. So I'm in the process of writing a book called the 21 Divisions Handbook. And within the 21 Divisions Handbook, there are going to be, some of these things that I'm going to mention in this video. But a few of them I'm not mentioning in the book, and a few of them I'm only exclusively mentioning on my YouTube channel. Just like there are just some things that I'm not adding into the book, such as, certain things that the Loa don't want me to talk about that shouldn't be public to everyone, which are not going to be in the book, that I'm solely, only teaching people in person, especially my students. So moving forward, so the first thing that I actually recommend for someone that is trying to live, the life of a servidor or, strengthen their devotion within their spiritual life with the Loa, I recommend one, fasting. So I break down the four devotional truths or four devotional methods into elements. So to me, the element of fasting is the element of earth because you are refraining from putting the earth into your body. And in this, I don't know if people understand the purpose of fasting, but as I understand it as a spiritual being, I recognize that, I'm a soul just like we are all souls in temporary bodies. Our souls are not confined to this body. Once we die, we leave this body behind, and that's it. And then we'll come back as God ordains it for us to come back either in a new body or in a new form or whatever the case may be. But our souls are infinite and our bodies are temporary. So what brings you closer to your soul, or what brings you closer to your, your guides or your Loa or even God? Fasting has been an ancient practice for centuries. Now, I went into a study of fasting, both by experiencing it myself, in the beginning of my practice, as well as studying as to why people got so many elaborate visions, like the books in the Bible always talked about, Moses having these amazing visions, and all of these prophets of the Lord just having these enamorous, yes, and beautiful visions, and, just incredible, understanding God's voice and being revealed many different things. I mean, and in every religion, people that fast are typically given visions. They're typically, listening to the words of their spirits. They typically get messages. Sometimes they get what they want when they're praying for something while they're fasting. And I wanted to explain why. As a spiritual being in a temporary body, when you don't eat, nothing is holding you to this ground anymore. You're actually, as a human, you need three main things. You need sleep, sex, and food. These are like the drive of the body, right? So our drive is to, well, besides just sleep, our drive is to kill or hunt, which is involved with eating. Then there is sex, which is our, again, another primitive, thing of ours. And then there is eating. I think I mentioned that already, but sleep. So I'm gonna just go with those three. So these primitive desires that we have, when you no longer eat, which is what fasting is doing, you have eliminated one of your primal, things, one of your primal instincts, which is to eat. So you have become, I guess you could say, less than human. When you abstain from sex, you're becoming less than human. And when you don't sleep comfortably, you become less than human. These people that the Bible talks about, they literally sometimes went all three. They oftentimes didn't have, comfortable beds. They, a lot of them lived in poverty. A lot of them were illiterate. So they really couldn't, do much to bargain for more cash or bargain, you know, it's, they let go of that. And a lot of them abstain from sex. So when you do these three things, you get so fucking close to to your soul, excuse me, that your body's power literally begins to diminish because your soul is coming into excuse me, formation or manifestation. So when this happens, your body is so light, spiritually full of light, that you are attracting other beings to you, your loa, God, your guides, and you hear them because, again, food isn't holding you down, sex isn't grounding you, these things aren't holding you here anymore. So fasting is just that powerful. In the Quran, there are some, they say that Prophet Muhammad, excuse me, he, for Muslims, all over the place. For Muslims, he recommends that people fast, or his people fast, twice a week. And correct me if I'm wrong. But this was what a friend of mine's, who's Muslim, told me. So I saw the importance of fasting there. Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And a lot of our servidores in the religion have fasted also. And sometimes we fast for when we need something, or when we just want spiritual enlightenment from our guides or our loa. So again, there's just a lot of emphasis on abstaining from food, and those are the three reasons why. Because when you diminish, your primitive instinct, or your primitive, desire for wanting to hunt or to eat, you are becoming more spiritual. And again, your soul is manifesting itself more. I hope I'm making myself clear. Now, when this occurs, again, I associate that with you have just conquered the element of earth, or you have just, done the element of earth. When it comes to the element of water, for me, typically, as a brujo, what you should be doing is, when it comes to the element of water, you want to cleanse yourself. So this includes herbal baños. This includes baños perfumados, or perfumed or infused baths. That is the element of water if you want to strengthen yourself. Baños, as we know it in this religion, they cleanse you, they open your roads, they spiritually elevate you. There's baños for literally everything. So as a brujo, you want to make baños a regular thing for you, especially if you are an empath, you pick up on energy. So baños cleanse you of these energies. I don't typically do with sage or palo santo, because these things that you burn are more environmental. They help to cleanse the environment, not necessarily you. Just like frankincense and myrrh is burned in churches to cleanse the environment, it doesn't necessarily cleanse you. So when it comes to cleansings, I recommend water. And water, again, just has that spiritual quality to wash things away. Water just washes things away. So again, if it comes to cleansing, water. So the element of water I recommend as a brujo, you do baños. Going back to it, when it comes to the element of earth, you fast. When it comes to the element of fire, this one's my favorite one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave that one for later. When it comes to the element of air, you want to, a lot of people prefer tobacco. A lot of people smoke tobacco in this religion. Tobacco is used extensively throughout the religion, but not recreationally. You should never smoke tobacco recreationally if you are a servitor or servidor de misterio. The reason being is because tobacco is a sacred plant, and it should be respected as such, to only be used for spiritual purposes. So when it comes to, the element of air, I recommend people getting in the modes of elevating themselves. So this includes meditation. This includes, doing things to allow your body to go into those higher realms. So one way to do this is inhaling incense, but not directly, of course. But, burning incense to allow your body to go into a more trance state. Element of air also includes music. So rhythmic sounds, rhythmic, beats, drums, maracas, things like that. Things that will send you into a trance. So element of air is definitely all about communication. So divine communication between you and God. Now, my last one, for the element of fire, as a brujo, what you should be doing when it comes to the element of fire, if you want to strengthen that one, I always recommend people to work on their faith. Work on your ambition, you know, your drive, your fire. When you're praying, you should know, you know, that you should be praying with affirmation or supplication and faith. So for me, strengthening the element of fire is all about, you know, using your passions for what you want, or what you want from your loa, or what you want from your guides. So that's what I definitely recommend. So all four benefit the spirit, which, you know, there is that belief that, you know, the spirit is composed of four elements, or the body is the four elements and the spirit is the fifth element. So if you benefit the body, you are benefiting the spirit. So for me, again, I repeat, those are the four elements and the ways that you benefit those elements within yourself and how they benefit your spirit. So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give a like, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I haven't asked for that because I'm not really like big on really like getting subscribers. I just like informing people and educating. So, and I love learning. So if you guys have any other tips on what you would recommend for strengthening one's spirit, definitely leave your comments below. Definitely leave your feedback below. I love hearing back from you guys. A lot of you have been, not a lot of you, but a few of you have been asking me to make more videos. So I'm definitely doing this for you guys. I'm definitely doing this for anyone that is trying to learn more about the 21 divisions and how it is practiced. A lot of what I've actually mentioned even today is practiced in that way regarding the four elements. They just don't call it that. I just personally have attributed the four elements with these common practices. So with that being said, I love you all. I hope you have a great day. Bye.